What's up, YouTube? Smooth Cat, CBC back. Introduce yourself, brother.
It's your boy Big Cool from CBT. Let's go. How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen?
They said they doing good, but
That's cool.
but to start it off though, like I say, we got a couple of big fights coming up this weekend, and let's see. We can start it off with we can start off talking about the card in Sheffield, England, where you got Kell Brook defending his IBF welterweight championship against Jojo Dan. How do you what do both guys need to do to be successful, and who do you see coming out victorious?
Well, I've seen JoJo Dan fight not in a while. I didn't do too much studying on him. Obviously he's the underdog and rightfully so. Kell Brook was impressive in his last outing against Sean Porter. Unanimously decisioning him in California. But I think I don't know, man. Like I said, I didn't break it down, but I think JoJo Dan, he's a solid puncher. Got a nice right hand. Other than knocking him out, he's not going to get a decision, especially over there in the UK. But I don't think Brook is going to even let himself be in a position to, have to end up rematching him or anything. I think he's going to dominate this fight. I think he's going to knock out JoJo Dan, who lost twice to Robert Kaiser, or beat Kaiser twice, I mean. In two good fights.
Cozier.
Yeah, that too. But no disrespect, Cozier, but I think Kell Brook is a talented fighter, one of the best at 147. I think he's gonna continue to build on the momentum from the Porter victory. I think he's gonna stop JoJo Dan in the 10th round. I think his power is gonna be really on display in this fight more so than it was against Porter, because Porter's he's more skilled than Dan. He posed a bigger threat than Dan, and so that caused Kell Brook to be cautious because Porter can punch himself. Like I said, Dan has decent power, decent boxing skills. You know what I'm saying? Very good fighter, tough fighter. He's earned this position, this title shot. But I think Brook is gonna be more offensive minded going into this fight. He gonna want to put on an impressive performance in front of his hometown fans. His jab is gonna be on display. I expect him to throw the rhythm off of Dan like he did against Porter. And I think he's gonna get him out there with a right hand, but he's gonna put on a dominant performance this weekend. I look forward to that fight.
Okay. Now a couple of things I kind of because with JoJo Dan, I know JoJo Dan, he hasn't been stopped yet, so that's a hell of a feat in itself for for Kell Brook to be able to do. I don't know. I honestly, I believe that I think this is a tougher fight than a lot of people are giving credit to. I think a lot of people are expecting Kell Brook to come out here and dominate JoJo Dan, and I don't see it happening. I mean, I understand he was impressive against Sean Porter, but Porter and JoJo Dan, they got completely different styles, and I believe that JoJo Dan is an extremely dangerous fight for Porter, and to be
Brook.
Brook. I mean, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. But like I said, I believe Dan is an extremely tough fight for him, and I don't know. I see this fight going down to the wire. I really do. I see this as one of those type of fights where Kell Brook has the crowd behind him at the beginning, and then towards the middle, the end of the fight, JoJo Dan starts turning it on, pressing, putting extra pressure on him, and I believe Brook can hurt him, but I don't think Brook can stop him because I saw JoJo Dan take some hellacious shots from Selchuk Aiden and keep coming. So I don't think Brook is going to get him out of there. But what I do believe is possible. I do believe that JoJo Dan can hurt Brook. I really do. From it's his style is so awkward. I don't. I think Brook is properly preparing for him, but I think Brook is a bit overlooking him because all he's hearing is how he's the man in the town ever since he's beaten Sean Porter, and I believe that this fight here is gonna this fight here is gonna be very dangerous for Kell Brook, very dangerous. I see Kell Brook eking it out a split decision in a fight where a lot of people will feel that JoJo Dan was potentially robbed, but I see this as a very very close fight.
Go that way. Before we go to the next subject, um, our bro JG has Brook via 8th round KO. He says that JoJo Dan has a sneaky right, or a sneaky snap straight right, I'm assuming, and a left hook, but Brook utilizes his jab and sets him up with a big right hand down the pipe and puts him down. So JG picks Kell Brook via 8th round KO.
Okay. Now, okay. The next fight we can get to, for the for that WBC featherweight championship, you got Gary Russell coming into this one against Jhonny Gonzalez. What do both guys need to do? Who's gonna be victorious? And
Go ahead, man.
we'll talk about future options later.
Go ahead, Mike. Smooth Cat. Go start it off.
Okay. And this is one of those fights I feel it's going to be a good fight, but I really feel that Jhonny Gonzalez is tailor made for Gary Russell. Even though I know Gonzalez has the knockout power and all that, but Gonzalez doesn't have the sturdiest of chins. Gonzalez doesn't do well with quick, super fast fighters, and he's never really faced no one with this type of speed that he'll be facing with Gary Russell Jr. Now, with that being said, the thing with Gary Russell is you can't wholeheartedly pick him sometimes because you don't know how he's gonna do against the good to upper echelon competition. Because against wow, hold on, I had a brain freeze. But against I still can't. Wow, I cannot think of his name.
Oh,
The guy who beat Gary Russell. His name is like Lomachenko.
Lomachenko.
Okay, going up against Lomachenko, he early on he showcased that he can box and he can fight, but once Lomachenko adjusted, it's like there was nothing Gary Russell could do. He looked like a fish out of water in that fight, and Lomachenko ended up getting a unanimous. Ended up getting what should have been a unanimous decision win. But in this one, uh, I think in this fight, Gary Russell will become the WBC featherweight champion. I think he's too fast, too explosive. He puts his punches together well, and I can literally see him giving Jhonny Gonzalez hell all night long. So I got Gary Russell in this one. Unanimous decision.
Okay. I can see Gary Russell starting off. I wrote an article that you can go check out on 8 Count News about Gary Russell, and it's time for him to put up or shut up. He was highly touted out of the 2008 Olympics. He was one of the guys out of that '08 team that was picked to be a future star in boxing, and I'm not saying he can't still be that. People, I might get flack for this, but people want to say he can't adjust or whatnot after the Lomachenko performance, and I guess I can understand why they say that, but I believe the only reason it was like that is because his lack of competition up until that point. Like I said, his resume was left a lot to be desired. Lomachenko should have been like the fifth or sixth, seventh, tough fight, he didn't have at that point. But Al Heyman rose differently. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Gary Russell was exposed to that point of just not being ready, not being able to adapt. I know he has the ability to adapt, even though he's a shorter guy. Um,
So he has
he's
big
tremendous.
head and little arms.
He's tremendously fast. He has very good boxing skills. He's shown to have a good chin because Lomachenko hit him with some hard shots, didn't go anywhere. But he cannot be on the ropes, or I can see Gonzalez making him pay like he did Abner Mares. He has to pick and choose when he wants to exchange and brawl with Gonzalez. He can fight in the middle of the ring, use that jab, turn Gonzalez, who's a little shot worn. Not saying he's a shot fighter because he's not. But he's had what going on 60+ fights or whatever it is. He's an experienced veteran. Who had some life after the Abner Mares upset victory. But I think that Gary Russell possibly might even drop him and cut him up in this fight, because like I said, Gonzalez has been through so many wars and he's been fighting so long, and this style is all bad for him. All bad for him. And I think Gary Russell is going to have a coming out party this Saturday night, taking home that WBC featherweight title. He redeems himself, and a must-win for him because it's win or go home, basically. You know what I'm saying? Put up or shut up. Show the world that, people were right by touting you as highly as they did coming out the amateur. So I got Gary Russell by a convincing unanimous decision. And I think that he drops Gonzalez along the way to that unanimous decision victory. So Gary Russell wins in my book and moves on to bigger and better names that we will discuss after we discuss Charlo Vance.
Okay, welcome to the show, CJ. How's it going? CJ?
He said he's been removed from the call.
I just saw that. It said, okay.
Bear with us, folks. We're having technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Okay, now it's time to get to what I presume is the fight of the weekend. And that's Jermell Iron Man Charlo versus Vanis the Nightmare Martirosyan. And let's go, Big Cool. Start us off.
Well, like I said, Jermell Charlo.
Wait, did you give JG predictions?
Oh yeah, hold on. Sorry folks, my brother JG. He has Gary Russell winning a unanimous decision, 116, 111, I believe. Let me go just to be sure. Hold on, bear with me. Oh yeah, he got Russell by unanimous decision, 115, 113. Okay, close unanimous decision, but he got Russell by winning the WBC featherweight title as well. So that's 3 CBT members. Got it for Russell and Goodfella King. I think he got Gonzalez. So but on to the Vans, Martirosyan.
Who do JG got in the Charlo fight?
He got Charlo 116, 111.
Okay.
But damn, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, Martirosyan and Charlo. It is the fight of the weekend. Obviously Charlo is the favorite. He's the more versatile fighter. He can do more. But Vance is no slouch. Even though I haven't been too impressed with him throughout. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it just seems like he can go to the next level, but maybe he's hit his ceiling. I don't know. But he had a terrific fight with Willie Nelson, his last fight on Showtime, in which he outpointed him via unanimous decision in a back and forth brawl. Um, he has power. He has boxing ability, but he always seems to come up short or just doesn't impress. In his video, he only has one defeat in a draw with Arizona Larry Lara, which was a bad fight. I think that
Which
Charlo's
was the
got a
actual
lot.
loss.
Well, whatever, lost then. I guess I thought it was a technical draw.
No, it was a draw, but I'm talking about officially it should have been a loss.
Who did he lose to again? I forget who he lost to.
Boo Boo.
Yeah. He lost in dominant fashion to Andrade.
No, it was a split decision.
Well, man, stop cutting me off, Mike. It was in my opinion, he was dominating that fight in stretches, but whatever. He didn't get the knockdown, but I think that Charlo wins a unanimous decision. He might get rocked, he might get dropped, but I love his composure and his timing, his footwork. He's a disruptive fighter. He knows when you're gonna punch or when you're thinking to punch, so he just disrupts your offensive rhythm. I don't like sometimes that he goes on the ropes, but I think he does that when he's tired. And um, but I think Martirosyan gives up a good valid effort, but I think Charlo gets the job done uh, in over 12 rounds.
Okay. Um, as y'all know, I'm the one who had the 24-minute long breakdown video where I show you guys a thorough breakdown of what these guys. I tell you what they both need to do. I tell you who I think gonna win and all that. But I got Charlo by a wide unanimous decision and a very impressive showing. I feel, as I showed you guys on tape, I showed you how Vannis lunges in. I also showed you how when he comes in with his hands down and against a fighter like Charlo, who likes to set up everything out the jab. I honestly feel that I feel it's a tough fight, but I truly believe that Charlo is just he's as I mentioned I believe he's the better fighter, the better boxer. He's more intelligent. He's faster. Puts his punches together better. More speed. I mean, the only department I give Vannis the only two departments I give Vannis the edge in are experience and power. And don't get me wrong, experience can play a key. And but I just feel Charlo is gonna have a performance very eerily similar to what he did against Gabriel Rosado. I don't see him going down at all in this fight. I think he's gonna box well on his toes, set up counters, and he's gonna. I think he's gonna school Vannis. To be honest, I really do. So I'm looking forward to Charlo. I can see it like a 119, 10, like a 119, 109 type fight. I really see Charlo like really showing everybody the type of potential he has in this fight and boxing Vander's ears off thoroughly. But now, with that being said, okay, if let's we're gonna look down the line a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. If Gary Russell beats Jhonny Gonzalez and becomes the champion, who would you guys like to see Gary Russell fight next? A lot of people would love to see Gary Russell fight. Oh, excuse me. Fight maybe Lomachenko again. Maybe Nicholas Walters. Um, no Nito Donaire type fighter. But honestly, if Russell does win, I would like to see Russell versus Abner Mares. And the thing is, even though Abner Mares he hasn't looked the same to me in a while, I want to see what he has left. I really do because I mean it looks as if he still has the warrior spirit, but it looks like he doesn't bring it. It's not the same how it used to be. What's your take on that, Nicole?
Um, man, I hate to say it, but Gonzalez might have ruined my boy. Um, at Marius, man, he might have ruined him, man. Sometimes the ego and the warrior spirit, it puts you in a fucked up situation. Excuse my language. Later down the line in your career, you got to know when to fight and when to box. And he picked the wrong guy to, you know, brawl with. You knew his blueprint. His blueprint going in that fight, Gonzalez. I mean, was to get the KO because you line them up. We obviously know who's the better fighter, and Mares, abandoned it or just, thought that he could just sit on the ropes and exchange with Gonzalez, which was a bad mistake that he's paying for now. Um, and getting knocked down twice didn't help, But that fight with him and Russell, I don't know. Russell definitely has the hand speed, the better boxing skills, but Maris is relentless. His body work is crazy. He's no slouch in the boxing department either, but he seemed to not have it. He's gunshot still or something. But it'll be a good fight. I also love to see Russell get a rematch with Lomachenko. A couple fights after if he's victorious this weekend and goes on to fight Mares or even Leo Santa Cruz, who's looking to move up.
Okay. Hey,
Or hell, Rigan Down,
hey, hold
Brampton,
on.
any of these guys.
1 second, Big Cool. We got CJ on the line. CJ, what in regards to Russell versus Gonzalez, what's your take on that fight?
What up, everybody? As far as Russell versus Gonzalez, I think his power versus speed, his veteran versus young buck. I think coming to this fight, it's for Gary Russell, it's do or die. His career can end like right now. As far as his boxing career can he can become just a stepping stone if he loses this fight. Depends on how he loses. For him, it comes down to can his speed offset and his speed, and can he add some dimensions to his game, some head movement, some angles, and give Johnny Gonzalez trouble with speed and some movement. But as far as that goes for Johnny Gonzalez, he has a puncher's chin, so we don't know how good Gary Russell's chin is. He took some good shots from Vasyl Lomachenko, but Lomachenko's not known as a puncher. But what Johnny Gonzalez is known is for one-punch knockouts, and then sometimes for Johnny Gonzalez is about consistency, because sometimes he doesn't show up. It show up to fight, and he can show up like a day ago, and Gary Russell's speed can really take over. But for me, I'm really banking on Gary Russell not having the chin and not be able to improving his game and show angles and some head movement. I'm really banking on Johnny Gonzalez catching him and knocking him out early to mid-round knockout.
Okay. Now, what's your take on Kell Brook versus JoJo Dan?
I guess after Kell Brook's spectacular performance versus Sean Porter, he deserves an easier fight. Only losses JoJo Dan had is to Salak Aiden.
Selchuk Aiden.
Yeah, there's only 2 losses he had. He rematched him, got a split decision the first time, and he unanimous decision lost the second time. But Aiden could punch, but JoJo Dan has a hell of a chin. I think he's gonna. It depends on what Kell Brook shows up. Sometimes Kell Brook can be inconsistent, like I like Carson Jones fight, but it's gonna be a hell of a fight. JoJo Dan gonna come forward. Kell Brook's gonna show up his boxing ability and try to outbox him. I don't really see a stoppage coming here, but I really see JoJo Dan showing some heart and showing some determination and coming out this fight busted up. I get Kell Brooks in down this decision.
Okay. Now, in my opinion, I'm gonna say this again. Now, time to go to what I believe is gonna be the best fight of the weekend: Jermell Ironman Charlo versus Vandes Martirosyan. What's your take?
As far as Vandes Martirosyan and what Charlo is it?
Jermell.
Yeah, which one is Jermell? The one that's the boxer, right?
The one who beat Rosado.
Yeah, I like him a lot. As far as Vandes Martirosyan versus Jermell Charlo, it's gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna see. For me, is to see if he can top what Demetrius Andrade did to Vandes Martirosyan. Can he come out without getting knocked down? Can he come out and really outbox Vandes? Vandes really doesn't like the moving target that much. He's really like to be stationary and kind of walk you down. If you don't show, if you apply or you're gonna sit there and bang with Martirosyan, he can beat you. If you're gonna get to angles like Jermell Charlo's gonna give him angles and boxing ability, you really can easily outbox Vandes Martirosyan. And that's hard to believe because he was such a good amateur. He was beating everybody. He beat Bradley in the amateurs. He was winning tournaments. He beat a lot of people in the amateurs. It's
Austin Trout.
Austin Trout, yeah. It's hard to believe that someone with that amateur pedigree can't really move around and get on his toes and cut the ring off and not follow the opponent and kind of cut him off. But that's Vandes Martirosyan is a pro. Is nowhere near as polished as he was as an amateur. And Jermell Charlo, he's polished right now, in my opinion. His skills and ability. It's just going through the checklist, seeing what happens when he get cracked, seeing how he reacts once he gets in there with somebody that can cut the ring off a little better, seeing how he takes people power. He just got to pass those tests right now, but his abilities are polished right now. I work with Ronnie Shields and Addis Lara. My bad if I butchered his name. But for me, seeing this fight, how it's going to play out, I just see Jermell Charlo outboxing him. Vandes Martirosyan had an uprising in his career beating Willie Nelson, which I was never impressed with. But I see Jermell Charlo outboxing him to 116, 114, something like that, 112, somewhere in there, in that range. I believe
like 8 rounds to 4?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I see Vandes running some rounds, but I don't early, but I think the boxing ability of Charlo gonna pick it up. He gonna outbox him.
Okay. Now, we was kind of touching on if Gary Russell beats Jhonny Gonzalez, like who would you like to see him fight next?
He gonna really, man. I'm gonna give you 2 scenarios. I'm gonna give you if you win what's gonna happen, and then if you win what we want to see him happen. I'll start with what we want to see him happen. We want to see him go against Walters or Abner Mares or Leo Santa Cruz. I believe if he win a title, his confidence is high enough to beat Santa Cruz and Mares. Maybe he probably can deal with those two. But I really want to see him fight Nicholas Walters and see how he deal with that animal. Possibly a Vasyl Lomachenko fight. It was a split decision, not in my eyes, but nothing like that. But when he wins, he's gonna get some soft opponents. That's the second scenario. He's gonna get some soft opponents and protect that belt for as long as he can. That's just the reality of him fighting under Al Heyman. So that's just really gonna happen once he wins the belt. But if we really want to see him fight the Abner Mares, the Leo Santa Cruzes, and the Nicholas Walters of the world, I don't know if he wants to rematch Vasyl Lomachenko because it was lopsided in my opinion.
Okay. All right, big cool. I'm gonna start with you with this one. Okay. Let's just say, for the hell of it, that JoJo Dan beats Kell Brook. Should he give Kell Brook an immediate rematch, or should he go on to to try to put his name to try to potentially put his name in, let's say the winner Mayweather Pacquiao Amir Khan type sweepstakes.
Of course, he should call out Mayweather. Of course, of course he should call out Mayweather. That's what everybody else do. Call out Mayweather, get told to go fight Pacquiao, then I don't know, man. I think he should probably double up in the rematch. You know what I'm saying? He gonna make more money. Maybe try to get it here in America. I don't know if he's American or not. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of fights out there. You don't need Floyd Mayweather now. I'm saying not like that. I'm saying, but that fight wouldn't sell, so he wouldn't even probably open his mouth. He probably would say it, but you got Thurman out there. You got you know what I'm saying? He probably should sign with Al Heyman, then call out one of them guys. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. There's a lot of fights out there he can fight. Broner, he can fight Thurman, Khan. I bet Khan will fight him then, you know what I'm saying, if he beat Brook. But I don't know, Berto. There's a lot of guys out there. If he want a decent chance to retain his title in his first defense, Berto, Alexander, somebody like that. But why not call out Mayweather? Yes.
He was born in Romania.
Yeah, so go to Romania and get that crowd behind you. Fight somebody like a Berto or somebody.
Okay. Good fella. Good fella. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, experiencing some technical difficulties, but with that said, like I said, if Kell Brook if he ends up losing, if JoJo Dan beats Kell Brook, I think automatically JoJo Dan should go for I think taking an immediate rematch would be the good way to go for him. He first in the first fight he would already have a win, so the second fight he can kind of call the shots a little bit. But on the hand is if Brook wins, I want to see Brook versus Amir Khan, Timothy Bradley. I know Marquez is hurting, but if Marquez can get healthy, hell, I wouldn't even mind seeing Brook fight Porter again. But good fella, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. Now, if Charlo is victorious, who do you think Charlo should go for next, good fella?
Which one was supposed to fight Demetrius Andrade? Was that the puncher?
No, that's the boxer, the one who fight in Venice.
I think you should chase that fight. That was the fight I'd like to see him chase. Or the Canelo. Biggest time for himself was to fight Canelo, if not Andrade. I know Canelo won't take that fight though. Or it'd be another good fight for him.
What's that?
The Austin Trial. Or Johnson Trial would be a good fight for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Austin Trial. What's my man's name?
K9.
K9. You got K9 out there. He's rumored to be fighting Bradley.
He rumored for 2 fights, ain't he?
Yeah, 2 fights, Bradley and
Cotto.
And I like to see. Why not J-Rod?
You know what? I don't think that's a step back. I think that would be with Al Heyman managing both of them. I don't see that fight happening unless they both got titles.
Yeah, one of them Charlo still signed with Golden Boy, ain't they?
No, they not if I'm exact. Wait a minute.
They all Heyman.
Right, yeah, they both Al Heyman, and I think both of them signed a deal, be about to sign a deal with The Rock Nation Sports.
How is that gonna happen if Jay-Z and him got beef?
Jay-Z is a promoter.
But I'm saying, but Al Heyman and Jay-Z got a history. They're not liking each other, so you sure they gonna just up and leave Heyman for Rock Nation?
Like I say, it's speculation, but that's something that flew by my ear.
Yeah, that would be. Al Hammond will probably never let them get back on TV if they did that shit.
Nope.
Him, Jay-Z, and Al Hammond, Jay-Z, and Beyonce going hard at it. They all beefing hard.
Mm-mm. But like I say, overall, if Vaness win this fight, I think Vaness should go for the potential Andre rematch. Maybe he can go try to get fight Kirkland at the Kirkland Canelo fight.
Kirkland would be a perfect fight for him, style wise.
I think Kirkland is a nightmare for the Nightmare.
I don't think so. I think that's a perfect style for Vaness.
They both can punch.
Vaness versus Lara too.
No. Hey, for the Insomniacs, they might want to see that. But I do a good job of going to sleep on my own.
Shit, Lara need to fight somebody to defend that belt.
I think Lara and Andre gonna end up fighting.
Ooh, who was our favorite in that fight? I like them both too. I think Lara movement might give Andrade some problems.
I do too. Them that would be a tough one for him. I think. What you guys say? Be cool.
But if Charlo win, I obviously want to see him fight Andrade next. And if not Andrade, like TJ said, I'd like to see Canelo. I don't know if that's possible because Canelo, HBO, and Al Heyman and HBO don't have a good working relationship. Whether that's changed with the Pacquiao Mayweather fight being made, I don't know how much he was involved. I know he's involved heavily, but I don't know how much he interacted with HBO and Ken Hirschman. But I'd like to see Charlo face either Andrade next, not his brother, Canelo. Yeah, I like to see him face Larry, even though they come from the same camp. But I know that ain't gonna happen.
Right.
But hell, K9 would be a good fight for him. He can get a belt if he can't get Andrade. Kirkland, there's a lot of guys he can face out there. In advance Martirosyan win, I'd like to see him face Kirkland or Trout or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of good matchups out there. 154.
Definitely. Hell, but ladies and gentlemen, we're not gonna keep y'all too much longer today. We're gonna let y'all get back to enjoying the rest of your night, because it ain't the evening no more. Enjoying the rest of your night. So with that being said, everybody get your outros.
It's been cool. I'm out. Peace.
Good fella.
Good fella out.
Smooth cat out. God bless.